Alright, want some behind the scenes? Let's go check this out. Alright, hey, this is Haven. I'm the producer for the song Stressless by Haven, Kyra, and Zyon. This song was really a testament to how far I could stretch my genre and my reach in terms of production. I have done similar beats in terms of like upbeat productions, but this is a very rage inspired. There's one song that's pulled up on your screen right now that was a big influence for this song and a big like kind of reference when building it out. A lot of this genre is a very like whole lot of red, Playboy Cardi, very rage induced pop punk, or not pop punk, punk like aggressive sounds, EDM harsh synths and sawtooth waves mixed with like clean trap beat production alongside it. Zyon, he laid down, I just pulled up a sawtooth wave basically on Vital, and then he laid down the pattern that was pretty much ran through the whole song. So I started with the sawtooth wave right here. I added unison, then I added one octave up with more unison right here. And then the pink noise is the final synth sound that really gives that melody its character and really gives it that kind of rage, red flavor. Then second part of the beat was really the bass, really that like deep, fell through shaking your headphones bass, but also with some upper tone to it. That is the main sound of this whole beat. There's obviously ad-libs that fill the space and give it some more kind of character, but for the most part, it is entirely the bass and the melody that really gives it that pure sound. Next, we followed up with the drums. I'll go ahead and add the riser and the crashes with it. And then finally, below here, I gave it some white noise just for like to build tension. That's kind of a little thing I like to do in a lot of my beats, is I just kind of build the tension with white noise and just like stuff that sets you off edge. And that's pretty much all the tension and the riser effects. That basically is the whole beat right there. I'll go ahead and play this a little bit because this is my favorite part. I love this little slurring. And that pretty much covers the entire instrumental. Overall, this beat took probably a month at most to make. I think I recorded 101 hours, including instrumental, vocal mixing, and mastering. Basically the whole process, so it was definitely a big project. The melody itself though, the do-do-ni, do-do-ni, that part was made months ago. That was made maybe even a year ago. It was when I first met Zyon. We got in the studio, we laid that down, and then we just didn't touch it for a long time. We worked on some other stuff and just kind of like forgot about it, I'm not gonna lie. We got busy, didn't really see each other much. And then months later, a long time later, he comes back and I'm like, yo, you laid this pattern down a long time ago. We gotta do something with it. It goes so hard. Laid down the bass and that growl bass, and then everything just kind of, fell on the line from there. And we really locked in. Initially, Kyra laid down this part. She started the intro. I didn't know how to start it. And then she just I let her do her recordings. I left the room, came back, and she had recorded these. And I was like, I immediately know what to do. I layered them, reverbed them, and then just put them in the intro. And then we just pretty much kept adding ad-libs and filled the space. And it like really created something that was not there before. It really blew my mind. The recording process was interesting for this. We didn't record at my house, which is what I normally do for my vocals. Most of the vocals were recorded at my homie's house, where we would hang blankets and just like put the microphone in the middle between them. Didn't even have a third one to close the room off. It was just there's two blankets coming to a triangle, and then we just like record from that. And it blew my mind how clean the recordings work. I know the blanket method has always been kind of like a controversial one, but in my experience, it worked well. We basically recorded that whole song that way, and it turned out damn clean. In terms of what's next for us, I definitely want to see Zyon and I in the studio again. I know we got some other projects that him and I are working on. Personally, for me, I have a project. I have definitely very different from what we're working on now. It's very like early production stages, but I have a project that is very much like the first, like Snowfall, that first song I released. It is very atmospheric and kind of melodic and very cinematically soundscaped. It's going to be an interesting one. Be on the lookout. I also am trying to release a song every month. So on top of that project I'm talking about, which is going to be at least a 3-song EP, I should be able to keep up a song a month. I would love to do a music video for Stressless at some point and, just keep going on, just keep putting shit out, just keep the grind going, and I feel we're gonna be locked in like never before. I hope to be really creative and innovative with this genre and sort of the rage scene in rap right now. It is, I feel, one of the big things that's bringing rap back to a new sound. It's a very unique approach to this kind of beat, or this kind of genre. So I really hope to keep that going, keep it innovative, keep it fresh, and we'll see how the future turns out. Peace, y'all.